Okay, so trying out my new tripod here to see how it works out for you. Hopefully you have a good view. You can see my breath there. I think it's very cold in the shed again. But we're going to try and get this one wee job done anyway at least, and then we'll move on to sanding the panel for the CB125. So without further ado, let's get at it. So I'm not sure whether to remove it at the tank first or to remove the cable here, the fuel line, but I think I'm going to try the tank. It is going to spill around the place just a little bit, so if I got a little bit of a rag or something ready, it would probably be helpful, that I'll not get it all over the paint of the bike. So maybe I'll do that just while I'm waiting. Yeah, because it could pour just absolutely everywhere and we don't want that wrecking the paint on the engine, even though I'm going to have to probably repaint it again now anyway. I think I used the wrong paint when I was painting this bike, so I've learned my lesson off the two of them, because I painted them both the same and it obviously didn't work. So I don't even know if I can get the pliers in at this thing. We'll give it a shot. I know, farmer's tool, vice grips, what are you doing? It's the handiest thing I could find, and all I need to do is undo a bolt or undo a nut, so I'm not that worried. Really. But I can't get them in at it, it's just no space. So I'm going to have to find my pliers. Here's a wee set of pliers here, might do if I can get them opened out far enough. Yeah, that might do it. Might. Yeah, it's loosened it, I think. Yeah, it's loosened it a bit anyway. Like the first time I went to drag this bike up the road, I was going to have to lay it down on its side in my car, and so I had to undo this petrol thing, and I thought it'd be alright, there'd only be a small bit of petrol in, and it just poured the stuff over the place. So I have to be very quick when I'm doing this. It is leaking a lot even right now, I can feel it. So I have to be very quick with the petrol can here and the other piece whenever I take this out, that I get it right. It doesn't pour out. Okay, right. Yep, got it, plugged it. Right, to get me can and me funnel up here quick. Hey, we're getting her. Difficult, but not impossible. So I'll just have to wait for this fuel to drain out of it before I start to put the other plug on, or the switch, petcock, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully there's not that much in it, but from what I remember, I think I nearly had a full tank. And the top that I have to put on it could be a cheap enough top too. But I really wanted to try it to see if this is going to solve my issue with this bike. So, because obviously the vacuum is, because it's a different carburetor, the vacuum's not pulling enough fuel, and it's emptying itself out when it gets up to high revs. So I mean, it runs the best when it's on low revs, So that's what I'm figuring is wrong. We'll know now whenever we fit this here. This is going to give us the answer. If so, there'll just be a vacuum system on them both, and that's the way I'll have it. I think we're starting to get empty now. Just a little dribble of stuff coming out of it now. Pretty soon. I don't mind the odd drop, but if it's pouring out of it, I'm not going to really be able to do a lot, am I? So. Plus, waste of petrol and the price of petrol now. Just a little trickle left. Then I'll probably pour it all back in whenever I'm done. The trickle's getting finer and finer and finer, but it's still not there. But maybe we could live with that if there was no rubber bung in this, which I think there is. This is the problem. So when I go to fit this other top, it might not just go straight in. I might have a wee bit to do to it. And this is what's sort of why I'm leaving it till the last drop to come out of this. I don't want it dripping all over the place for half an hour. All I'm getting is kind of droplets now. Still enough to soak a rag though. I don't even know what you can see there. I will have to invest in a good camera for this. At least we got a bit of a better work light now to work with, so. That's something in itself. Right, I think I could let it drip down there and I'll try and get this plug in. See what we can do. Right, well that's not going to work with that on it, so I'm going to have to take that off. Oh, there's a smaller straw. Okay, so that could still work. Reseal the bottom of it. Hopefully I can get this into the bike. Yep. Okay. So let's see what happens to us here. And I need to find the off. That's the off. Still dripping out round the damn thing. It's pouring out of it. Shouldn't be. I think we have it now. I need to get a wrench at this, 14 or something like that. 14. Where do I get one of them? On the bench somewhere. Really guys, I'm going to have to clean this place up a bit. Because I just can't see anything what I'm doing anymore in here. That's a 16. 14. 14. Took a heap of my tools to a bike run not so long ago, and came in very handy, not to me but to other people, so, and I just never took them out of the bag again. You know what things are like when you're in a hurry, right? It's not even a 17, I think it's an 18. I think it's an 18. Oh, 18's quite big. Okay, let's try an 18. Do you know what? It's even bigger than an 18, isn't it? No, it's an 18. Pretty sure it's an 18. Is it? That's a weird size. Could be a 19 or a 20. I don't think I have a 19. 20 is sitting on the bench here. Let's try the 20. Well, it's not a 20, it's a 19, but I don't have a 19, so the 20's going to have to try and do it. Well, that's definitely a help. And I hope I managed to avert getting petrol over the new paint job. Right, that's that part done, and I'm just going to pull this pipe off here, off this one, and put it onto the other. See how we get on. Wow, that's... It's kind of tight there. It's creating a kink. So maybe my pipe's not just long enough there. I'm not sure what to do about that because I don't have another one. So I may not be able to test this tonight because I don't have any more fuel line left. Here's a wee bit here. No, it's probably not long enough. Well, it was worth a try. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait till I get fuel line to test this, guys. Typical. But when you look into this one, you'll see that it was, when I bring the light over, you'll see that it was quite clean and that there was no sediment in it, dirt. You can see right into it, so the problem wasn't caused by a blockage, at least in this. So that indicates to me that the problem probably was that it was fuel starvation, that it wasn't sucking enough fuel for the size of the carb that it has now. That's my thoughts on it. I could be totally wrong, obviously, as well. Like, right, I don't think I have another lump of fuel line that's that length, so I'm gonna have to cut it short here and just wait till I do get some. Is that a lump there, over there or not? Sorry for being in your road there, guys, a second. I think I spotted a wee bit of fuel line. No, it's too skinny, it's too small. No, don't have a piece. But I'll get some and then we'll try this bag out. So I think it's probably safe to pour the fuel into it, back into it when the switch is off on it. So let's hope that's the case. But yeah, it's just a bit strained there, that line. I think it's probably going to create a restriction in there. That's all I can tell you for now, so I'm just going to fill this up with fuel again and see how we get on. But sure, you don't really want to see a guy filling a bike full of fuel So I'll leave it at that for now, guys.